Hey guys, Deju22 here, and now it's time for the Fatal 4-Way Super Show preview. Of course, for those of you who are hearing impaired or are kind of hard on hearing, or if you just want to read, there's a link below in the description box. If you want to read the full story, you can. It's your right to do so if you so choose. But with that in mind, let's just get down to what is going on. Now, the big story coming into this is the Newfoundland Screwjob, which is what most of the fans in the arenas have stated that it was, because it was just a screw job, and it happened to Newfoundland's own Newfie Banga. And he was the world champion. He was set to defend it against The Undertaker. And it did happen. The match did, but it was marred by interference on the part of Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber, he took down Newfie Banga. Undertaker went for the cover. Justin Bieber woke up the referee, and the referee didn't see anything. And all he saw was Undertaker pinning Newfie Banga. 1, 2, 3, the match was over, and we have a new champion, right? Or so they thought. Now, of course, Undertaker really wasn't in on the whole thing. He was only taking advantage of a situation that was given to him by Justin Bieber. Of course, all things considering, we had little to no choice but to vacate both the World Championship and the European Championship, the latter of which was in the possession of The Undertaker. So it's kind of like a punishment for him too, but not really. Nevertheless, those two championships will be crowned, and we'll have a champion. First and foremost, it's going to be a 20-man Rumble for the Gold for the European Championship. Simple. It's very simple. The winner gets the championship. As for the World Heavyweight Championship, more on that a little later. Another match that has been made, it was made for this Super Show only, and it is for the United States Championship, held by John Cena. We know Cena's going to defend it. The question is, who is he going to fight? Remember, he has to fight 3 other guys, so John Cena plus 3 equals 4, because John Cena is one person, and his 3 opponents his 3 opponents plus John Cena, one person, equals 4. So you need a fatal 4-way match. So John Cena doesn't even know who his 3 opponents are, but we'll find out when we get to that point. As for the Women's World Championship, again, Becca has held that championship for now 11 months now. She's closing in on a year. She's already broken the record for longest reign. And she's going to fight Eve, that's Eve Torres, Kelly, and Maria. Not much said other than the fact that for Eve, Kelly, and Maria, to one of those ladies that manages to win the championship will have ended Becca's record reign as champion. But if Becca can somehow, some way, find a way to win, she'll only extend that streak and continue onwards with the record. Hang on a second. Alright. Okay. And then up next is going to be for the World Heavyweight Championship. So like I said, that championship was vacated because of what happened involving Justin Bieber. Now Bieber, I almost forgot to mention that Bieber was fined $1,956 Canadian because the event took place in Canada. So yeah, Bieber wasn't very happy about that, but what's done is done. I mean, he did what he did, and he paid for it, literally. And Nufi Bonga is no longer the champion, but he and The Undertaker are going to be in this World Heavyweight Championship Rumble for the Gold. And those two men in particular were allowed to draw numbers from 11 to 20, because there's going to be 20 involved in this match. So they're allowed to draw numbers 11 through 20, and no lower than 10. Or 11, excuse me. So it is possible one person could have drawn number 11, and the other person could have drawn number 20, but it is possible that those two men could meet at the very end. But we don't know. I mean, there's 18 other guys that want to be champion just as bad as Undertaker and Nufi Bonga would. Or are, rather. As for the Bound for Glory tournament, if I haven't mentioned this before, I probably mentioned it in the introduction to the Bound for Glory series. For those of you who didn't, I'm just going to explain it again. It was Obama, the champion at the time, the Intercontinental champion at the time, taking on Jake the Snake, who was a newcomer. And Jake the Snake somehow, some way, exited the cage by going through the cage, only to get back in and then lose by pinfall. So technically, Jake the Snake should have won, but it didn't count. And of course, we disallowed the pinfall victory from Obama, but the end result is that Obama's no longer the champion. But we will have a Fatal 4-Way match. And it's going to involve Obama and Jake the Snake. And then we had the Bound for Glory tournament to determine the other two challengers. And when the Bound for Glory tournament had concluded, the outright leader was Tony Bennett. And then you had two guys that were tied for second. And then we had a playoff. And the one who won the playoff was Eddie Guerrero. And he defeated Mark Henry to do it. So I'm definitely looking forward to this match, especially, for Eddie Guerrero and Jake the Snake. I mean, Jake the Snake is a newcomer. I mean, he's a star in the making. I mean, he is the son of the original Jake the Snake Roberts. It's just that he prefers to be known as simply Jake the Snake, and that's it. And as for Eddie Guerrero, the fact that he had a playoff match just to get in this match is amazing. And if he was to win the IC title, he could definitely take it to the bank. Because it's just money. I mean, the story is money. But enough about that. Let's just get down to the second to last match. And this one's going to be very special because, if I haven't mentioned it before, Fatal 4-Way, we're taking the number 4 very seriously, because every match features a number of competitors that is a multiple of 4. So you could have a tag team match, a Fatal 4-Way match, or a Rumble for the Gold. A Rumble for the Gold match that features a number of competitors divisible by 4. Or a multiple of 4, excuse me. Now this one is a 3-on-1 handicap match, because remember, 3 plus 1 equals 4. But the one person responsible for this match is Vince McMahon. Now, the board of directors and myself have placed Vince McMahon in charge of holding on to the World Championship until the championship can be crowned on that very night. Unfortunately, Vince thought he was the champion, acted like he was the champion, and conducted himself as if he was the champion. And yet, despite all that, I got a newsflash for you, Vince. You're not the champion. You're just the holder of the title. Temporarily, I might say. Nevertheless, he just decided to attack various wrestlers. And among them, was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Chavo Guerrero. I mean, there's other guys that I haven't mentioned, but the three guys that are going to fight Vince McMahon are Chuck Norris, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and Chavo Guerrero. So it suffices me to say that this match is the Vince McMahon gets his ass kicked match. That's exactly what it boils down to. So this is a punishment match for Vince McMahon, and to teach him a lesson to never do what he has done, and that is antagonize all the other wrestlers when he has no right to. I gotta calm down, folks. I gotta calm down. Alright. Last but not least is for the WWE Championship, and it will feature Stone Cold Steve Austin. And he's going to take on both The Rock and Triple H once again, but being that this is a fatal four-way match, we needed a fourth man in there. And out of all the guys that we could have chosen, the one name that got selected more often within the board of directors was Link. And then I remembered, oh yeah, that's right, Link. He was the WWE champion, but he lost to Triple H in that ladder match at King of the Ring. So Link will have a chance to not only get revenge on Triple H, but also to win the WWE championship. However, to get past Triple H is one thing, but to get past him and The Rock and Stone Cold at the same time, albeit it's not a handicap match, by the way, it's not going to be easy. And it becomes very, very difficult when it takes place inside of a steel cage. And the rules are very simple. Pinfall, submission, or by escaping the cage first. That's right. To get a pinfall is difficult. To get a submission is damn near impossible. And to try to escape, I'd have to say that might be your only way of winning. Nevertheless, they all want to win the WWE Championship. And that's pretty much it for the show. There's only 7 matches, but they're relatively long. The Championship Rumble and some of the other ones. But other than that, it's going to be an incredible night, and I hope to see you there. So anyways, this is Tiju22 signing off, saying goodbye, and I'll see you at the Super Show. Peace!